What's up? Uh, Today I'm gonna talk about the time I took 16 tabs of acid. Um, I don't know what grade. I think I was in like ninth or 10th grade. This was it was November. It was November 19th, 2021. So yeah, I don't remember. I was in high school. I was either ninth or 10th grade. I don't know. But I've been doing acid. Well, okay. Let's start from the beginning. Well, that day I was planning on picking up a bunch of tabs because my guy, most of the time I would always get gel tabs, like 99% of the time, except my first time I had paper tab. And he was like, "Yo, I have paper tabs this time. I have a bunch of them. I don't know, like how fast they're gonna run out." So he tried to grab some, and yeah, I said yeah, and I got 16. I bought 16 um paper tabs. Uh, but I didn't plan on taking them that day. In the morning, I was back in those days. I was high all the time. As soon as I woke up, I'll be taking pills. But I woke up and I probably took something. I don't remember what I took in the morning, if anything. And at some point, I took 400 milligrams of DPH or Benadryl. So I went through most of the school day just fucked up on Benadryl, and I grabbed the tabs, and then I had them in my pocket. And my best friend at the time, I was like, "Hey, I have these paper tabs. Do you wanna do a tab with me? Like, we'll trip at the park, because we've always been wanting to trip at the park. There's one park that we always go to." And so, like, yeah, after school, we meet up at the park, I think. Or we meet up somewhere and we go to the park. And I was like, "Yeah, I have the tabs." And I don't know if I was still like under the influence of DPH or not. It's been like 6 or 7, like 8 hours since I'd taken it. But I think I still kind of felt it. But anyway, my friend had the bud, and because we were gonna smoke, and I showed him the tabs. Well, I think I bought more than 16 tabs, because I think we both took one, and I had 15 left over. I think, I don't know. He was on a tab and I was on a tab, and these were some of the strongest tabs I've ever had in my life. They're like, one of those paper tabs felt like 2.5 gel tabs, or like 3 gel tabs. Like, they're strong as fuck. I've never had a tab that strong, I don't think. And so, like, we're at the park, we're coming up, and then for some reason we're not gonna smoke at the park. I think we decided to smoke at the Family Dollar, like, not that far away. Like, literally, like, down the street, there's a Family Dollar that we always go to. And so we went there to smoke, and we were smoking. I was like, on the way there, I couldn't recognize anything. Like, I know that place like the back of my hand, but I was so fucked up already. I didn't know where it was. Every house looked the same, and like, I knew I was like walking down the street, but it didn't look like I was actually going anywhere. It looked like I was just walking in place. That's what it felt like. So I think I kind of had to have my friend guide me at the time, like where to go or something, or I might have said something like, "I'm just gonna go straight," because I know that's the direction. I just have to go straight. So I'm fucked up already. We get to the Family Dollar, and we're smoking his weed, and he gets a call. There was a mix-up about like someone coming over to his house, so we had to go back home. So I was all alone at the Family Dollar, and I didn't really know what to do, so I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll go home. So I texted or called my grandma to come pick me up from the park, because I was gonna go back to the park. I had to figure out how to. So, but I'm walking down the street, the same street we came from, and it's getting dark. Like the sun, like it's almost dark. Like in 10 minutes is gonna be like fully dark. So I was walking, and I started getting a little paranoid, because I started like talking to myself, and I just felt like anxious. Like I felt like people were like looking at me, even though no one was there. I felt like people were like could tell that I was high and was thinking I was some like random druggie talking to myself. Because I kept looking around, I kept looking behind me, and I kept looking everywhere until I finally got to the park. And I sat down at the pavilion waiting for my grandma. It's very dark at this point, and I start to get real anxious. I think I start to hear things. I'm not for sure. Like I'm being paranoid that people are like watching me, or like someone's gonna jump me from behind the trees or something. And I'm freaking out, and I'm like sitting at the pavilion, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm just sitting there, and I see a flash of like blue and red, and I thought, fuck, the cops are behind me, because I see the trees in front of me lit up blue and red as if the light came from behind me. So I'm like, oh fuck, the cops, damn it. I look behind me and nothing is there, and everything's pitch black still. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, was that not like, was that a hallucination? Like, I didn't know what to think, so I'm tripping out. And I don't know if that weed, because earlier in the day I took, like I said, 400 milligrams of Benadryl. I don't know if smoking that weed kind of like reignited the the trip, the Benadryl hallucinations or whatever. So I didn't know what was going on. My grandma gets there, I get in. I don't remember much about the car ride. I just kind of sat there, and I get home, and it's time to eat dinner. And I'm like, the trip is still like extremely strong, but I'm able to handle it now. And by this point, it's only been like an hour. Maybe a little bit more than an hour. But I get home and it's dinner, and I'm eating dinner with my family, and I'm looking at the dog, because the dog is looking at me, and his facial expressions are changing. Like every few seconds it'll change. Like he looked sad, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, why the fuck is my dog sad? And then he would have a happy expression. I'm like, oh shit, he's happy now. And then he'll look like confused, and I'm like, oh shit, he knows I'm tripping. And I asked my grandma, I'm like, does the dog look weird to you? And I think she said something like, what do you mean? Or I don't know, I don't remember much about what she said. And I was like, the dog, he looks pretty concerned right now. And my grandma, at that point, she probably knew I was high as fuck. And so I go to my room after that, and I'm chilling in my room. And I'm just watching TV because I'm bored. I had a few more grams of weed. I probably had 4 or 5 grams, and I was just smoking it in my room, and just bored, you know. And I don't know if I had run out of weed already, but I don't know. I was either done smoking for the time being, or I ran out. And I'm still watching YouTube videos and I'm laughing and shit, and I'm like having a fun time. And all of a sudden, I get this like wave of depression, and out my window. Actually, this is the room that it happened in. Most of my stories that involve, me being in my room. This is the room. I was looking out this window because my bed was just like a different way. It wasn't like this, where it's like, I don't know, where it's like that, but it was like under the window, pretty much. And I had the blinds open, and I looked at the moon, and I was looking at the moon, and I'm so sad, because I think I was going through a breakup at the time, I think, or like I was thinking about a breakup, I don't know. And I got this feeling of just no fucks at all. Like sometimes when I'm taking drugs, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like you go crazy. It's like you're kind of sick of everything, and you just like, you're getting high, obviously, and you're fucked up. And you kind of get this mix of emotions. You get like a bunch of joy, a bunch of anger, a bunch of like an ego boost. It's all this weird, different emotions coming together at once. And it makes you want, I feel like I can do anything. Like, I feel like I could do anything. I feel like, whatever. And so I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I get the rest of the tabs. There's 15 tabs left. Yeah, at this point, I don't know. Yeah, there's 15 tabs left. And I was looking at them. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take all of them. Because before then, the highest I've ever taken was like 10 Joe tabs. Something like that. And so I was like, I'm already almost peaking pretty much with the tab I took originally, I think. And so I'm like I know redosing on acid isn't really like advised because it's not gonna do much. But I figured since like I'm still somewhat in the come up still, it might do something. So I take the rest of the 15 tabs over the course of like, I don't know, like not that long, like 30 minutes or like an hour. Because I'll put them on my tongue. I'll put 4 at a time on my tongue for like 15 minutes or 10 minutes. And then I would swallow them or spit them out. I forgot. Yeah, I did that till they're all gone. And no, it was going fine at first. I'm just waiting for that other shit to kick in. And I think I might have been smoking a little bit more if the weed didn't run out already. And yeah, I'm just laughing at the TV, and I start to feel it like hit me, like all of it hit me. And I don't remember if I liked it or not, but it was like, oh shit, like I'm getting real I'm fucked up. And out of nowhere, I get this like, I still get this like, yeah, pretty much a panic attack, to be honest. I feel like I have done something real bad, and I have like severely fucked up. 'Cause I I start, like, I'm getting, like real too high. Like, I can't even, I can't, I don't know. It's like I got struck by lightning. Like, like, metaphorically, I got, like, struck by lightning of, like, fear and panic or whatever. Like, it just hit me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Shit, this is too much. And I'm thinking, like, there's no way I can sit through this trip. Like, there's no way that I can do this. I have to kill myself. So, I'm trying to figure out a way to kill myself. And I'm looking at the walls. And I could see through the walls. Sort of. Like, through these walls. I could see through them. And it was like this different dimension, place, universe, place, whatever. It's a different place, in the walls. And, like, the whole reality is being held up by these muscle tendons. That's what they look like, muscle tendons. Or, like, in muscles and shit. Like, it looked like the whole realm is being held up by it. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, at first I thought it was kind of cool. And then, I went back to tweaking. And I got super nauseous. So I had my head in a bucket. Or in a trash can. Like a small trash can. And everything is swirling. And, like, zooming in and out. And swirling and zooming in and out. And I'm getting even more nauseous. And I'm throwing up for like 10 or 15 minutes. And, it felt like my insides, felt like my whole body was being wrung out. Like it was being squeezed and, like, twisted. Like a towel, like a wet towel. It felt like that's what was going on in my body. That's what it felt like. And it hurt pretty bad. So I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I couldn't think of a way to kill myself. And I'm like, okay, so I need something to help me out. So my first thought was like benzos. At the time, I didn't have any benzos. The only benzos that were in the house from my grandma's Ativan. And I don't really like Ativan. They don't really do much to me. But I figured I had to try something, or else I'm going to go crazy and possibly kill myself. So I go out in the living room, and I'm just trying to think of what to say. But I can barely think. And I'm kind of ashamed, because I'm like, fuck, my grandma's gonna freak out, everyone's gonna freak out, like, I'm gonna fuck everything up. But I go out there, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm saying, Grandma, I took way too much acid. Can you give me some Ativan to chill out? To help me out? Right? Because yeah. And she couldn't understand anything I was saying. Apparently, to her, I was just speaking gibberish. Like, I was talking too fast and I wasn't really making any sense. In my mind, I was making perfect sense. I knew I was talking a little fast, but I don't know. To me, I thought I was making it perfectly clear what I wanted. And I'm like, I'm trying to slow it down. It took like 10 minutes. I'm like, Grandma, I need your Ativan. I need some of it to calm down. And she was like, she doesn't know much about drugs, right? So she's like, no, you took way too much stuff already, and you're not getting any more. And I'm like, no, you're not understanding me. I need this to calm down. Benzos help, alright? Especially if you're on psychs, they help you calm down. And she was like, no, you don't need to be taking any more pills. And I'm like, fuck, first of all, acid isn't even a pill, for the most part. I mean, I've never seen any acid pills, never heard of any. But yeah, she was like, no more pills, you've taken way too many pills already. I'm like, first of all, I haven't taken any pills. And then she was like, yeah, stop lying to me. Or something. She's like, you have taken pills, you just told me. And I'm like, Grandma, this is like a life or death situation for me. I need your Ativan to calm down. And somehow, I finally conveyed to her that I really do need the Ativan. And she gave me one. Pretty sure dude just gave me 1 milligram Ativan. So I took that and I'm just waiting and I'm just sitting in the chair next to her. And I'm freaking out. Half of the shit that I've seen, that I saw and I experienced, I can't even explain. It's like a horror movie, pretty much, with my eyes open. It was pretty much a horror movie. Like TV, everything about the TV looked off. Like the people, the talking, like it was so off. And I'm just kind of waiting for to see if this Ativan's gonna do anything. And like I'm starting to get nauseous again. About like 30 minutes later, 20 minutes later, I don't know anything about time at this point. And I started throwing up again. I might have threw up the Ativan, to be honest, but I threw up for like 10-15 minutes. Like, this happened the whole night. Like, every 30-45 minutes, I would spend 10-15 minutes throwing up, like dry heaving. And I closed my eyes. And this is the most vivid part that I remember. I closed my eyes. And I'm in like a different reality. I'm in the middle of like a whole different universe. And it kind of seemed like I was in first and third person at the same time. It was really weird. But it was purple. Everything was purple. And there would be these outlines of boxes, or of like squares and rectangles. Like, you know, shit like a drawing, like shit like that. And with the unit, like, I couldn't tell if the color of those boxes or those shapes, I couldn't tell if the purple with like it was purple, or if purple was the color of the universe and those boxes kind of took up that color. I don't know. But they kept they're changing like sizes. So they didn't change shape. They're always like rectangles and squares. But they would be like hundreds of times bigger than me, and some of them would be like the size of little like pinpoints, all growing and shrinking and moving and whatever, and I'm in the middle of it, like directly in the middle of it. And then yeah, that happened. And then somehow it cuts to, oh yeah, and then it was like an animation, right? So I saw this bald eagle, and its wings were the color of like the United States flag. It was like red, white, and blue. But it was like animated, almost kind of like Smiling Friends and Big Mouth. I think Big Mouth. I don't know. It was some sort of weird animation. And it went across my vision, and I'm not in that universe anymore. And I'm in someplace blue. I'm in a blue place, kind of similar to where I was. I didn't see any moving shapes or anything, because in front of me was a huge pile of money, like 10-20 times taller than me. And at the top of those piles of money were billionaires, or like evil people on top of those, and they had red eyes, and they had big like bobblehead heads, right? And Yeah, their eyes were red. I think I said that. And they're looking down and they're pointing at me and they're laughing at me. And I'm just looking at it. I'm just experiencing it, I guess. And then the and that same bald eagle, like that American flag bald eagle, was behind them, kind of like sheltering them. And it had red eyes also, I'm pretty sure. And then the bald eagle, it came from like the left side of my vision, but it kind of, I might be messing that part up. I don't know. I don't know. It was behind them or something. The bald eagle was there, and it kind of like sheltered them, and then it kind of like wrapped them up, or whatever. I don't remember if like it came from the side and it swooped them away or I don't know. But I had the impression that that bald eagle saved them, like that bald eagle was protecting them, and and I opened my eyes and I'm like, oh my god, holy shit. Wow, this is scary, right? And then I opened my eyes and I'm in hyperspace. Like, I'm still in my room, but I could see through the walls and I could see through the ceiling and I'm in hyperspace. Kind of the same where I was when I closed my eyes, pretty much. Yeah, I kept throwing up, I kept whatever. And I kept having these like laughing fits, or like, I don't remember if I was crying too. I might have been crying. Something like every once in a while I would just start laughing uncontrollably, and I didn't know why. Like, nothing was funny, but I would just be sitting there and I would just be laughing like uncontrollably. And I think I might have been crying too at some point, like uncontrollably. I don't know, I might have been switching between those two, but I remember laughing uncontrollably, and like there's no reason to laugh. It was like I was insane. It was like I was going insane, like literally like an asylum patient. Like, for real, like just laughing at nothing. And then I don't know. I don't remember much after that. The living room was destroyed. My room was destroyed. Especially my room. My room was so destroyed. But yeah. That's all I kind of remember of it. The next time I woke up, or the next time like I remember something, I remember it being daytime and it was the morning, and I was pretty much normal after that. Like, I think the colors were still a bit off, or I might have still been tripping and not even noticed. But I felt normal. But all of like the bad shit was gone. And yeah, I felt embarrassed the next day. And yeah, I never took that many tabs ever again. That wasn't my last time doing acid though. But yeah, the last time I would do something that stupid. Actually, no, it's not. But in terms of acid, last time doing something stupid with acid. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else I remember. Yeah, I could have easily died that day if I figured out a way to kill myself. Like, I was genuinely scared. Like, if I had like a gun or something, or if I had like a whole bunch of pills, I would took all of them bitches. I would have been dead right there. Because I was thinking about like just smashing my head against shit, but then I was thinking, like, that's dumb. That's just gonna hurt. Like, I'm not gonna die from that. So, yeah, thankfully I didn't, but that's the story. I don't really have any more stories left. At least any, like, big ones. I have a few small ones, but they're not really shit. But yeah, that's it. See ya.